most people want to do is they want to get this thing flying right now. So they're ready to start putting this top fuse on and get on down the road. The reality is this is a time where you can really save some time in the construction, and just by using some thought patterns. What we do at Kick-Ass is we design the plane. For the tail feathers, we use a small cutout for the smallest servo available called the Diamond 47. And some people will use that servo, but if you're going to use a larger servo like the Hextronics HXT 900, we're going to need to increase the size of this cutout. This is a wonderful time to go ahead and measure for increasing the size of that cutout. So you don't have to do it once you've already got it onto the airplane. It's also a great time to install your aileron servo. We're going to put the lead forward on the HXT 900 because it gets the servo arm further forward on the plane. I'm going to go ahead and apply some Formula 560 glue here. You can do this with super glue or CA. This is just a nice glue I like for doing servos because the servo can more easily be pulled out of an airplane without tearing up the airplane. I'm going to slide the lead to the side. Again, the lead's going forward on this servo, and we're going to slide that servo right into place. Now there's going to be a gap on the front of this servo, and that gap is necessary to give the lead area to clear the servo and come outside the servo bay. But right now I'm going to just wipe up a little of the excess glue, and we're just going to let that sit, and it will hold itself in place. So when we drop the vertical fuse on, it'll be ready to go. Okay, I've gone ahead and installed the servo for the aileron. It's really the one that's easiest to do right now. We enlarged the hole for the elevator servo, and we'll go ahead and install that later, but it was easier to enlarge that hole while we had the upper vertical fuselage off. And we're going to put this together just as we did the bottom half. We're going to start by gluing the forward section forward of the servo. We're going to ensure that we've got this lined up so that the motor mount fits securely. So I've got that in place. I'm going to run the glue across that forward section. I'm going to rock it back and forth, and the glue will wick all the way across, which it did. I like to check my square. And I got it nice and square. I'm going to give it a little hit. Double check the square. As you can tell, I like square airplanes. And I'm going to give it a little shot on the other side. So we've got the front adhered. We're going to go do the back, and then we're going to work our way back to front till we get the entire fuselage adhered. Okay, now we're going to do the rudder hinge line. We want to make sure that we've got the right side of the rudder because we want the tape to be on the left side of the rudder. You can see right here, because the hinge is on the right side of the airplane. I don't know if you can see that right there. And we're going to apply the 3/4 inch transparent Scotch tape. We're just going to take a piece that's a little bit extra long and apply it lapping halfway over the edge. Start from the middle, kind of pat it down. And once we've got it patted down, we can take and rub it in real good. Called burnishing. And we want to cut this, and we want to leave about 1/8 of an inch when we make that cut so the tape doesn't drag. Okay, so we've got our tape on here, And we're going to do it very similar to the way we did the hinge line, but this is a little bit more awkward in that we're going to have to line the surfaces up by eye. And I'm going to just get this here, and I'm going to set that gap at about 0.010 of an inch, and I'm going to touch that together at the top, and then I'm going to do the same at the bottom. I'm going to try to get that gap at about 0.010 of an inch, and then I'm going to pat my tape down. Okay, once I've got it patted down, I'm going to use a coin or just some kind of tool to varnish that tape in. This really makes this tape stick really well, the varnishing does. And if you've got any extra sticking across the bottom, looks like we got it just right, you can trim that bottom tape off, but we've got a beautiful rudder hinge line.